Greetings, adventurers. I've been on tour at different gaming conventions promoting Trinamic, but I wanted to take a little downtime, so I stopped at this lake. And what a nice spot. So I thought I'd give a chance to kind of show everybody and talk a little bit about role-playing and skill sets. At least talk about skill sets as far as intimidation goes. I think it's an opportunity to move away from just a numbers-driven function. And certainly we can still use it to supplement, but if we just completely remove it, now we can take a wizard and let them cast a small fireball, even a miniature one, more like a flare, a ping pong sized ball fire, while they're talking to merchants in the market. But there's a certain element of risk. The same thing can be applied for a melee fighter. So they can end up using the sword, slinging it around, and then use it to intimidate by coming up, putting the blade right at the throat of a merchant very quickly. Again, element of risk. So what can happen? Well, in the case of a fireball, maybe it's accidentally shot and hits the stall. Maybe the fighter accidentally uses the sword and cuts part of the throat of the merchant. This obviously has a very bad roleplay effect. So how do we manage that? Well, let them make their spell attack. Let them make their melee attack. You don't have to actually chop off the head of the merchant just because the fighter makes a mistake, but maybe they do cause a cut, and now the guards are going to come and take them to prison or answer to the king or the queen. Maybe there's bodyguards for the merchant, and this ensues, a new either narrative or tactical combat. So what fun new ways to look at skills differently. And so in my system, I talk about this in my guide. I also talk about this, like, for instance, here on YouTube, but for other things as well, whether it's skills, abilities, or using the character classes, which have a descriptive noun or adjective base to kind of help define how a character really is and who they really are. Certainly there's backstories, and then some people do a better job of incorporating backstories into the gameplay, whether that's a player or a game master. But this is where we can go and move forward to really play out our characters and not be confined that one character is always the go-to for intimidation or another character is always the go-to for diplomacy. So we can look at new and fun ways to play. I hope you like this little brief discussion about intimidation and skills. Please follow, subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Put some comments in. Let me know what you'd like to know about or what you think about what I'm saying and my thoughts about how to play or how to be, a game master. Certainly take a look at Trinamic, www.trinamic.com. There's a free gameplay demo available, as well as some other content. I actually just posted a new character concept builder, so you can look at how choosing one of 7 base classes and then 2 of more than 53 other secondary, mechanical, and roleplay stylized classes can create so many different fun combinations and new ways to play. Adventure well.